This is a KYMA.com digital update.
Amberley's Place says the return to in-person learning has revealed a disturbing trend in Yuma County. Staffers told News 11, as more and more children head back to the classroom, additional reports of child abuse are surfacing. Amberley's Place says it helped 249 victims this past April. That is up 30% from the same month last year when the organization assisted 192 victims in April of 2020. Still, the current number of cases does not reflect child abuse or domestic violence that is not reported. Amberley's Place believes victims are not the only individuals being directly abused, but also others within the household. The Imperial Irrigation District says it is standing its ground on its belief the waters of the Colorado River belong to all of the people of the Imperial Valley. There's a chance the Michael Abadi vs. IAD case may be heard at the U.S. Supreme Court level, but the IAD doesn't think it will make it that far after it was rejected at the California state level. Robert Shetler, Public Information Officer for the IAD, says it plans to defend the concept that water rights belong to the Imperial Valley residents equally, claiming that the farmers are only considering their need for the water. The IAD came up with the equitable distribution plan to evenly disperse the Colorado River water, but some agricultural companies in the area argue that the allocation of water just isn't fair. Aimed at protecting and promoting agricultural interests within the valley, the Imperial County Farm Bureau aligns with farmer Michael Abadi's views that the water rights should be tied to the land. Governor Gavin Newsom has a new plan to impact the Salton Sea, a story all too familiar as conditions have been deteriorating for decades. Last August, the IAD shared with News 11 that those trying to recover from COVID-19 complications may have had a hard time doing so if they lived near the area. Imperial Valley residents reacted to Governor Newsom's proposal of $220 million to go toward the Salton Sea. Miguel Hernandez, communications coordinator for Comité Cívico del Valle, gives credit to Assemblymember Eduardo Garcia for the work he's been putting into these efforts. I think it's always positive to have additional funding coming to the Salton Sea. It's a big issue our community has been facing for decades. To see this kind of leadership coming from Newsom and Garcia, they're always trying to push the needle forward to securing funding, shares Hernandez. Daniel Nunez, a resident from Imperial who was just at the Salton Sea over the weekend, admits, although he's not the biggest fan of Newsom, he says credit must be given. This is the most movement I have seen directed toward the Salton Sea in many, many years, so absolutely he deserves credit, expresses Nunez. According to the Center for Disease Control, nearly 32.8 million coronavirus-related cases have been tracked within the U.S. That being said, California accounts for just over 11.4% of national cases, while Arizona equates to right under 2.7%. In regard to nationwide vaccinations, the CDC also reports over 245.5 million have been administered. Arizona seems to only make up 2% of the nation's total vaccine administrations, with California representing 12.5%. For the latest stories and your full forecast, head on over to KYMA.com or download our free mobile news app. I'm Caleb Fernandez. See you next time.